Here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. My name is Josh Van Slackman, and I take this opportunity in saying thank you for joining us. Just before I bring to you your main newscast, let me turn my attention to the front page of the Kaieteur News this morning, and of course it is titled, Who is the Middleman? Back in the ancient times, steam power was the principal mean of generating industrial energy. With the advent of heavy oils, the source of energy generation became even dirtier. Plumes of black and gray emission emanated from power-generating plants using heavy oils. These plumes release health-threatening pollutants into the atmosphere. Over time, however, the energy generation technologies became cleaner. Even though they still threaten human health, today there is a movement towards renewable energy sources. Solar winds and hydroelectricity, which are cleaner and cheaper than oil, diesel, and natural gas. The technology is easy accessible. Kaieteur News has been utilizing solar energy for a number of years. Other businesses in Guyana, including banks and industrial businesses, have been exiting the national grid and generating their own renewable energy. Given this trend towards renewable energy sources, both in Guyana and around the world, why is Jagdeo and Exxon developing a gas ashore project, which is likely to produce electricity that is 4 to 5 times the cost of renewable energy? The capital cost of generating energy from the gas ashore project is estimated at $5 million per megawatt. The cost of wind and solar is less than $1 million. On Friday, the developers of the gas ashore project dropped another bombshell. They said that the gas will be delivered to our shore using a third party. In other words, we will be buying our own gas from a middleman. Can Jagdeo tell us the identity of this middleman? Hi there. Once again, welcome to your main newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. My name is Josh Van Slackman, and I say once again thank you, and these are the top stories we're tracking. ExxonMobil now tell Guyana that it will sell natural gas liquids to third parties and dry gas ashore sold here. Government did not disclose its key details at the gas project presentation. Meanwhile, consultation for proposed gas project, Guyanese environmentalists asked Exxon to justify the need for a local gas ashore project but gets no response. Region 10 Chairman's driver in custody for Linden GCAM fire matter. The Ministry of Health announces 3 additional COVID-19 deaths and 90 new cases. With your Sunday, July 11th news package, my name is Joshua Van Slackman. Happy Sunday, and once again, good morning. About 4 months ago, Vice President Dr. Bharath Jagdeo held a press conference at the Artichon Convention Center where he spoke about the reasoning behind the government's pursuit of the $900 million gas ashore project. Jagdeo said that the project, which involves connecting an offshore pipeline from the Stabroek block to an onshore pipeline on the West Bank, would result in electricity cost being slashed by a minimum of 50%. He also noted that since it is cleaner than heavy fuel oil, Guyana's carbon footprint will be reduced. He was also clear what he said that the government is in negotiation with ExxonMobil regarding the price to transport the gas from the Stabroek block onshore. However, what the Vice President did not say was how ExxonMobil stands to benefit tremendously from this project. This crucial detail only came to the fore during a scoping meeting that was held by ExxonMobil Guyana on Friday in collaboration with the EPA. The meeting, one of several being held to hear the recommendations from citizens on what should be parameters of this environmental impact assessment. Get the full details in today's Kaieteur News. A Guyanese environmentalist participating in the ongoing virtual consultation led by ExxonMobil subsidiary ESSO on the proposed onshore gas-to-energy project has asked the oil operators to justify a need for the gas project locally but got no response. Environmental professional Simon Mangal expressed concerns about the local demand for such a project and the effects it will have on Guyana's future generation. She pointed to the need for a clarity on the specifics on how the project will benefit and impact the citizenry. The environmentalist noted that the ambiguity which surrounds the project makes it difficult to adequately understand the real aims and objectives of the exercise. However, SO's representative on the panel, Eric Dimeko, provided no response to the concern raised. Instead, he suggested that the questions are best suited for another forum. This was outside of the ambit of the project's scope. 3 Lindeners were on Friday remanded to prison by Magistrate 1 The Fortune at the Linden Magistrates Court for unlawfully and maliciously setting the GCAM Linden office on fire. One of the men is an associate of the People's National Congress and former community development officer. He has been identified as 48-year-old Brian Kendall of Middle Street, Kaieteur, Linden. The other had been identified as Theron February, age 23, a laborer at Canvas City, Wismar, Linden, and Marlon Hunter, age 21, who hails from 4th Street, Silvertongue, Wismar, Linden. They were not required to plead to the indictable offense. Meanwhile, Roy Marshall, a driver to the office of the regional chairman of Region 10, was arrested on Thursday by ranks of the Guyana Police Force in relation to investigation and is currently in custody at the Criminal Investigations Department in Georgetown. According to the police, Kendall allegedly admitted to the offense and named Marshall, a resident of Independence Avenue, Mackenzie, Linden, as the orchestra and the person who provided the funds. It is 10 hours 27, and finally at this time, we turn our attention to your COVID-19 updates. In its COVID-19 update on Saturday, the Ministry of Health reported that 3 persons have died from the disease, taking the total number of deaths recorded for the month of July to 16 and the overall death toll for the pandemic to 492. Included in the death toll are 2 persons from Region 4. They are female, 102 years old, who died on July 8th, and 67-year-old male. He passed away on July 9th. The third death is a 60-year-old man from Region 6, who died on July 8th. In addition to the deaths announced, another 90 persons have become infected with the virus, arising out of 1,469 tests conducted. There are now 20,924 infections recorded since March 2020. 12 patients is presently in the COVID-19 intensive care unit, 85 persons in institutional isolation, 1,337 people in home isolation, and 15 in institutional quarantine. And just before I wrap things up here this morning, let me turn my attention to page 7 of the Kaieteur News that is dedicated of being blunt. In his inaugural address, President Ali promised all Guyanese to be a good listener, even to the small citizens. We are helping President Ali by making it easier for him to live up to that promise, and it relates to our oil wealth. On a daily basis, we have been carrying pictures of the ordinary Guyanese carrying placards calling for the PPP government, led by President Ali, to renegotiate this disastrous and hope-destroying oil contract. Guyanese from all walks of life have put their faces and dreams of those simple placards calling for renegotiation of the contract. Where are you now, President Ali? Guyana calls on you, cries out to you. Be there for us. Where are you now? And what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you going to do about this sick contract? And with that, we've come to the end of your main newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Allow me to remind you that you can join us at 11, 4, and 7 p.m. right here this Sunday for the rebroadcast of the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, respectively, edition of the Glenn Lal Show. And also, for these stories and more at your fingertips, you can pick up a copy of the Kaieteur News at the newsstand near you, or feel free to head across to our website at kaieteurnewsonline.com.